Nation, welcome to your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Hope all is genuinely well. This may be a reading. It may resonate with you if you happen to have Pisces in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus dominant in your natal chart, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Piscean. You might find some information in this reading that may be beneficial for you. Take in what resonates, disregard the rest. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you would like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Delicate topics will be discussed. Let's dive. Pisces. Let's see what's going on for the next 7 days. Gemini in your situation. Some of you are obviously dealing with a Scorpio. Somebody might have Scorpio placement. Let's see what's going on. Pisces. Okay. Pisces. There's some confusion. You could possibly be confused about a particular situation. There's a possibility that somebody is confused about you. I think what's confusing you and throwing you off this week is someone's body language. Maybe you're having to something is kind of left up to interpretation, where you're kind of left to kind of figure out what might be going on with someone. For some of you, it's because maybe you're having conflict with someone. And maybe they're not really being real with you about what's going on. I think somebody's having conflict within themselves is what this is. And maybe somebody is not being honest with you about maybe what they're feeling inside about a particular situation. It seems like somebody might want you to see things from their perspective, from their side of the story. Pisces. And they feel like maybe you're not. Maybe you're deliberately not. Maybe you just don't have enough context to know exactly what's going on with this person, because we're talking about confusion. Something may not be clear. There could be a miscommunication. Your guys are saying trust your gut feeling. So in other words, Pisces or cross watcher, you're not actually confused. Your gut feeling knows about whatever this is. You could be trusting your gut feeling about who is around you or around someone that you love. Trust your gut feeling about what might be going on with a person that might, be kind of vague or not clue you in on what might be going on within. Replace the old cycle with a new exciting one. Maybe you're confused as to how to do this. I think somebody might be confused about this as it pertains to you. They're not sure how to get out of a particular cycle. So you're in a cycle of confusion. Bear with me. We're going to see what the heck is going on, Pisces. I think you are. I think you're constantly in a state of flux with someone. Maybe you can't tell if this person is telling you the truth all the time, Pisces. Maybe that's what you're confused by. You don't know if somebody's being real or they're pulling the wool over your eyes. Someone could possibly be a musician or a performer. They sing, they dance, they write music, possibly. Some of you are, I mentioned you Scorpio already. Then we've got Taurus, Libra, Cancer, and I mentioned to you Gemini. I think the issue this week is communication. I think that's something that's very important. Yet, I think that's something that's missing in your situation. So maybe it might be beneficial to talk things out with someone. Is someone in the mood to talk? I think they are. So you could be talking to family. Some of you could be getting messages or communication from a family member. That might be a longtime friend. possibly asking you for a favor too, Pisces. Or possibly this fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you're leaving something. Okay, let's see what this is about. Yeah, some of you are leaving a job. I think I see what's going on. We're talking about replace an old cycle with a new one. So I don't know, does somebody walk out on you during arguments? Somebody might be doing that. You're trying to talk to them. It seems like this is a child. You guys, what's going on with Pisces? You have pets, Pisces? Yeah. You guys are saying that's exactly the case. Children. It seems like your reading could be centered. Your reading is centered around children. You may not have them, but you might have children that are family members. Maybe this is, I mentioned to you, a friend might have a child. They could possibly be talking to you about their situation. There is a Libra that just entered your reading. Somebody's confused about whether or not they should leave a situation. Somebody has more than one person. Either they're dealing with more than one person, they have more than one person in mind. Somebody is married. Married, or they're in a long-term relationship. And it looks like somebody is definitely feeling, that's where the confusion is whether to stay or to go. Because somebody feels like maybe this is not a balanced relationship. They're doing all the giving, they're doing all the work, and they feel like whomever this is not really, doing their side. And it seems like it's falling on one person. And someone is starting to feel like this relationship means nothing to them. I'm sorry, Pisces. I do see someone leaving, though. If someone is leaving, or someone already left a situation, somebody is leaving something is done. Someone could possibly be leaving a Scorpio. Leaving the house. I think somebody might want to leave, but it might be because of a financial obligation that someone cannot. Maybe somebody cannot afford to leave, but they're definitely thinking about it. Because it looks like there could be a loss in income. Some of you might be getting into it with your boss this week. Some of you, I think you have a court situation. It might be time to replace your lawyer, Pisces. Maybe your lawyer's not communicating with you. Maybe some of you might need to talk to your lawyer about something. Get legal advice about something. Pisces. You definitely be talking to a creditor, because it definitely feels like there's some sort of debt that you're concerned about. This debt looks like it might be attached to your home, your living situation. There's a Sagittarius. Somebody has like an addiction. Maybe this addiction is affecting your relationship in some sort of way. Pisces. There's an Aries that's in your reading. Yeah. If we're talking about a committed relationship, one of you is committed, the other one is not. That's what this looks like. Somebody has a smoking habit, or chances are maybe that's what this is. I see someone maybe realizing there's time to quit. So that's something might be doing. So there's something is causing some sort of health symptom, is what this looks like. Are you not getting along with family? That's what I'm not understanding. Some of you Pisces, I think that's what that is. In particular, your father. This is your baby's father. I think that you might feel like somebody does things to you and they don't apologize, or they don't feel the least bit of remorse about things. So yeah, I think you feel very judged this week, Pisces. I think there's a lot on your mind. that you're trying to figure out, especially about your profession. Whatever this is that you're confused about, your spirit guides are saying whatever you choose will be correct. On the other side, Hex. Be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. Somebody put a hex on you. You could possibly be putting the hex on somebody that it could definitely, this is Pisces. You're definitely dealing with a Scorpio. The hands down you are. Somebody put a spell on you, a hex on you. Maybe something is affecting your children. This could be something that could be affecting other people. Let's move on. I see why. Let's go on with this whole situation. I can't help but to notice that something is going on with a child. This is where I think that there might be a mystery here. Fighting. Some of you could be fighting in front of children, or this is your children possibly getting into little petty squabbles. Maybe you and your kid are not getting on. Maybe you and your children, or you and your child are not on the best of terms. Did I say there's a Cancer? There is. Fighting what? I'm trying to get to the root cause. Like there's something going on with a child. I just can't quite put my finger on what it is. So guys, what is going on in this situation? What am I missing? There's a kid that might need some healing emotionally from a particular situation. That you might have a child that puts a lot of pressure and expectations on themselves to be perfect or whatever. Whatever this happens to be, it doesn't seem like it's a one answer type of thing. But what I do feel is whatever is going on with a child, you guys are saying, trust your gut feeling. Because I think this week, maybe you're confused. You're like, what is going on with this child? It seems like there's a child that might feel a little bit, maybe they're moody. You're getting a lot of pushback from them. They're disobedient. Somebody's trying to bind you. That's what somebody is doing. This is also you. Somebody is hexing you. That's what this looks like. Spirit guys, what's going on? Especially connected to your home. Because it looks like you have a home situation. Now you got a financial situation that's affecting your home, your households. Okay. Yes, some of you are moving. You're moving or you're concerned about moving. Maybe some of you want to move, but it looks like there might be like you're stuck in a contract. Somebody does not want to be. All right. You might want to move, but maybe you're stuck. So you're definitely going on a road trip. There's some sort of traveling that's coming up, Pisces, or maybe some of you could possibly be returning from a trip. You might be waiting for someone to return from a trip. You're having conflict with someone, some type of back and forth. Like, are you getting into it with your mom? I mentioned to you a parent-child situation. You're getting into an argument with someone. Maybe somebody that lives a distance away. Somebody is moving back in. Maybe it's family. Somebody is moving back in, wants to move back in. Some of you, maybe you're moving back in with your mom. Somebody is moving back. Moving back somewhere. Some of you could be moving back to your hometown. It feels because maybe somebody's having a hard time affording their house, their apartment. That's what somebody's put. Okay. I mentioned to you, some of you, we talked about there being a hex. That's what somebody is trying to affect. Your financial stability. Your ability to pay your bills. Somebody's trying to mess with your money. Might be some damage to a vehicle, possibly because of an accident. Or just like cosmetic damage to a car. You're getting in your conflict. What is this? You're definitely seeing the truth about some things. There is no doubt about that. Spirit is definitely confirming a lot of things for you through angel numbers. You might be seeing a lot of these things. You might be seeing, random side note, you might be seeing a lot of yellow flowers this week. In particular, you might be seeing a lot of butterflies. What is going on? You're moving back in where? Some place that you used to live. Oh God, I promise you somebody's trying to bind you. That's what this hex is about. They're trying to bind your money. And since we're talking about being on the road, it seems like you guys are saying yield. That's what I mean. Some sort of accident here. You could possibly be witnessing an accident. You don't have to be involved in it, but you could be witnessing it. That could be what this court situation is about. I think the car might have you in debt. I think you're just concerned about debt, period. So I think some of you could possibly be moving back in with family. I mentioned to you, someone could possibly be returning back. Someone did travel recently. Someone could be returning. I definitely see turbulence in a relationship. I see where someone's trying to get away with something. Somebody's definitely trying to rob you of something, exploit you of something. There's some sort of unfairness going on in the workplace. This could possibly lead to a back and forth, because it definitely feels like somebody is detecting some sort of lie, misinformation, or whatever, having to do with a particular situation. Okay, yep. Nice. Some of you, this has something to do with a political situation. Some of you could possibly be concerned about law enforcement. Yeah. I don't know, you're getting into it with your neighbors. This could possibly be you. You're getting into it with someone. Your neighbors could possibly be overhearing this. Okay, because it definitely feels like your neighbors are paying a lot of attention. Maybe they're trying to figure out who's moving in. Okay? Because your neighbors are definitely... Maybe your neighbors are kind of loud. You might be overhearing them do something. Yeah. Or there's some sort of accusation, again, possibly about something being stolen or taken. But this would definitely be in the workplace. It feels like somebody is stealing somebody's work, trying to take credit for it, type of thing. Yeah. It's definitely the case. There's definitely fighting, tension, and there's definitely something online that somebody is seeing. Yep. This says copy, if you can't see. She's got this videotape in her hand. I was telling you, somebody is trying to copy something, replicate something. And yeah, somebody knows that someone's being fraudulent or lying about something. Something is like crystal clear. Whatever this is about a call, you could possibly be maybe you're hesitant to call someone, especially if we're talking about a creditor. Maybe a call that you're making and maybe you don't want to make this call. Yeah, it looks like it's because you feel stifled. You feel a bit restricted in some sort of way. Pisces. I think that there's something that you're really working on this week. I think this could be a project. And maybe you're feeling a little bit uncertain about it. Your insecurities could possibly get in the way of some sort of project that you could be working on. This could be other people. They could be projecting their own insecurities onto you. Be careful about wasting time this week, because it looks like you might be kind of drifting off and thinking about some other things. Okay, because it definitely feels like you're under a lot of pressure. You're going through some sort of struggle. You're trying to come up with a conclusion to some sort of issue. You're trying to find a solution to a problem. And again, it feels like this week you might feel blocked by your problems. We've already established why that is. You guys are saying something is doable. The key is within your grasp. Some of you could possibly be getting the keys to a new place. You could be getting a key copy. This could definitely be a key to a car. Somebody's name could be Key or Kiki. Your guys are saying something really is within your grasp. Something that maybe you feel is unattainable, or something that you can't achieve. Your guys are saying something really is doable. I feel like you're going to see the truth through that this week. The truth of that comes through from your spirit guides. Your guys are saying be still and listen to the spirits. It feels like your spirit guides have a way of, as I mentioned to you earlier, confirming things. Things that you might come across. Some receipts or some information that could be very valuable to you. I told you that somebody's lying. There's some sort of a negative behavior. Someone is lying about something. The truth is out there. The truth is going to be discovered about something. Especially if this is someone trying to freeze or bind you, your movements, your career, or someone is trying to manipulate or exploit a puppeteer situation. The truth is going to be seen about that. Pisces, I don't know if you have bad dreams. It seems like something might be going on in your dreams. That could possibly be where you get some sort of revelation. You might get some communication from a friend that you haven't seen in a while. And this could be somebody apologizing for maybe something that was done. I think somebody's refusing to apologize, though. Somebody might budge this week, though. I see somebody might surprise you. I definitely feel that for some of you, you're getting communication from your child's father or your own father. You got some money that's coming in, too. So I mentioned to you, you're trying to find a solution to a particular problem because it definitely feels like you're in some sort of financial bind. Something gets paid. You might come across I'm not sure how this money comes to you. But I will say that if you do own a business, it seems like some business comes through, some customers are coming through. You might find some creative ideas that bring in an increase for you. You're posting something that looks like Pisces. So maybe you're posting something about your business. Maybe some of you might feel like you overshare. I was telling you. We were talking about that. I was shouting. This might be your kids. Or these are grown adults, maybe acting like children. What's going on in this situation? I was telling you someone is trying to curse or bind you. Not all of you, this is someone's story, though. There's some sort of exceptionality here. And you see in the background, there's some people gossiping. You could possibly be amongst the gossipers, Pisces, or this is someone that might see something about you, something that they feel is exceptional. It feels like this is the truth. Or the other way around, Pisces might be looking at someone else this way. It feels like you were meant to be a blessing. Pisces or cross-watcher. You were. And you are. But it feels like there's some sort of an obstacle right now that someone's trying to put in your way. I don't think this is something that you have to worry about long term because it definitely feels like there is a solution. Again, it feels like your spirit guides are trying to reveal something to you about something that's going on behind the scenes. Your guides are going to show you that they're showing you that they're showing up for you. That they haven't left you even in the midst of maybe some confusion about what to do and about how to solve this particular dilemma. Spirit, is there anything else that you have for the Pisces nation for the next 7 days? You may be concerned about your education. There could be a parent that they could be concerned about someone's education. There is just something here to do with a key. I think that if you are deciding that you're going to communicate with someone, Pisces or cross-watcher, either you're communicating with someone or you're conveying a message to the masses. It feels like someone is looking for transparency. They're looking for honesty from you. You're dealing with a Taurus this week. There's a strong energy of a Taurian. You might have this in your natal chart. Spirit guides, anything else for the Pisces? Advice, Holy Spirit, for the Pisces nation for the next 7 days. There's something about timing. You got this card that says, no, it's not yet time. And you've got one here that says, it's almost over. There's something here about time management. I mentioned to you that you might be distracted this week. Feels like time is money this week. This is not the divine right time to take action. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. There's something that's not yet. It's not yet time. But something is definitely coming through, Pisces. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Something is almost over. Maybe this is something that you've been enduring for a while. Feels like it. Some sort of confusion. You're coming out of this. Again, your angels, your spirits, they have a message for you. They're telling you you'll feel it in your gut. If this is coming down to you making a decision or breaking a particular cycle, your guides are saying that's how you'll know, is by listening to your intuition. Pisces Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. I hope that this reading was helpful. I wish you nothing but the best, Pisces Nation. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one, Pisces Nation. Peace out.